I think overall the offense we saw a lot more positivity. Obviously, that's helped by Jordan Love completing passes. Eight different wide receivers got catch today.
Yep.
Should have been nine because Malik Heath is an underthrown ball, but Malik Heath was like wide open. And it would have just been at least a first down. Um, but the Aaron Jones of it all, of just having someone to kind of be the engine, not forgetting that he's out there. Obviously, helped that he's probably like Jair, probably the most healthy he's been in quite some time. There's a great stat on the broadcast that he had. What did he finish with? He finished
20
with
carries.
20 carries exactly.
Most since I believe
Week 10
week 10
of
last
last
year.
year,
Yeah.
which is crazy because during that late season run, you would have thought, oh yeah, Aaron Jones was at least probably hit 20 in one of those games.
Right.
And it's a very, that's a high number. He could have been 19 or whatever.
Yeah.
But how we talked about Aaron Jones last year certainly applied to this year in terms of give him the ball. He is your offense. He'll make it go when the passing game is not clicking the way that they have wanted. Um, yeah, I thought like outside of those fumbles, the offense, another stat to share. 5.7 yards, 5.75 yards per play today. That is the highest since the Eagles lost last year in Philadelphia, where they had
Wow.
6.98 yards per play.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think a lot of people in the Discord, brief interruption, join the Discord, GSP.info. We have a lot of fun in there. Um, I think it was Kelp and a couple other people is asking for 30 carries from Jones. And I was about it. He got 24 touches today, 26 if he catches all of his targets. So I think it's pretty evident that this offense looks a lot different when you involve its best player. Like
Yes.
it's just he is the the bread and butter of this offense, and it's clear that he's just such a better running back than what we even think he is. And I'm not saying AJ Dillon's a bad running back. He had a good day today too.
He did.
But
It
for all intents and purposes, he just like it just looks so much better when Aaron Jones has the ball in his hands. Maybe it's just because he's so much like twitchier and quicker than AJ Dillon is, but anytime I see Aaron Jones getting the ball, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, man, he's gonna make a move and bust it for a run.
yeah, it's not. I hate to be a broken record about just it's not anything new that any Packers fan doesn't. If there's a Packers fan that thinks otherwise, that Aaron Jones shouldn't be a fixture or the fixture in their offense, it's like that we're not watching the same thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just thought he you just see it in a very palpable way, and it's not like it's a very different way of like seeing like when we had or when the Packers had Devontae Adams and just seeing how the field tilts his way. You see that with Aaron Jones, but he does a very different like plug and play where it's like you could see it in the backfield. You could see it with no like a very heavy jumbo formation, or you're spreading it out, you're setting him out wide. There's just so many different ways where he can make plays and just be the safety valve in a lot of ways of just handing him the ball or throwing screen passes to him and him making just plays after the catch. I just think there's just some it's hard to have someone as versatile as him. And AJ Dillon has been getting better as the season has gone along, but it's just not it's not the same. It's just not the same very clearly, and it's it's not a knock on AJ Dillon. We're just talking about a very different skill set than Aaron Jones, and quite honestly, very few running backs in this league possess, because it's really it's not one of one, but it's at least in a very elite way.
Yeah, I love watching him run. I think he reminds me of Tyreek Hill when they run because they both use their non-ball hand as a counterweight to their balance. It's
Yes.
really funny to watch. Like you see him going, and you start seeing him just whip this hand around, going real fast as they try to make sure they don't get too far over their skis and lose their balance. But helps them cut and just be those dynamic runners that they really are. So obviously Aaron Jones not as fast as Tyreek Hill, but still does his best to make off break plays and break off big plays. And yeah, I just think for what it's worth, I don't think it's a mistake. Even like because this Rams defense wasn't bad. They're missing some players, but they weren't like bad.
They're making
Aaron
I
Donald
was
was making some hay today. He was scary. He had stopped an Aaron Jones rush that would have been a first down because he had put his big arm out and just stopped him in his tracks. Like
yep.
for like, I don't think it's wrong to dismiss that Jordan Love's best game came on a day where Aaron Jones had his most activity since the Bears game. Like
Yes.
I
That is
think
the best way to put it.
yeah, I think that those two are pretty tied to each other as it comes to talking about the game. Like it's just if Aaron Jones is going to be out there getting 25 touches during the game, I would imagine that Jordan Love is going to have time to throw the ball. They have to respect him throwing the ball on play action and things like that. So, yeah, if they can keep this up and if Aaron Jones can stay healthy the rest of the year, this might be what ends up being the game that starts real progression in all of these players' development. Like, I don't want to put that load on Aaron Jones being healthy, but they just looked so much better as an offense today.